Hello, class. I want to talk a little bit more about design thinking and the idea of design thinking. I think this is really important because it's so easy for us to discount this concept as being esoteric, not important, or a luxury, where design thinking is, as many of you noted in your comments, and as you see in the reading, that it is a process that is vital. It's vital in creating new products and serving the clients and creating things that are relevant and important to the end users. But often what I read and what I see is that we treat design thinking as a hyperbole. We sensationalize it and make these promises that seem really big and not necessarily talk about the individual steps. This course will be addressing those steps. The other thing that makes it a concept that is often easy to discount is we're talking about creativity and innovation and trying to give steps in how to repeat these processes of creating something new and being innovative. And as we all know, there's this gray area, there's this luck, there's this aspect of innovation that just because you decide you're going to innovate doesn't mean you're going to create the next thing that will change the world or even satisfy your client. So there's three aspects of it, of design thinking, that I want to just introduce quickly in this video, and we'll be exploring it throughout the course. The first one is stakeholders, and I'll talk more about stakeholders in another video, but in essence what you need to know is that design thinking considers all stakeholders. Stakeholders are anyone that's affected or involved or touched by whatever you're working on, the issue at hand. And the thing that design thinking takes into consideration, or what makes it so powerful, is it understands with each issue, with each project that you're addressing, there's always going to be unique stakeholders. And you need to consider these people, which can be organizations and systems and processes and companies, and not just people. Stakeholders are anyone that's affected by this, but in your solution is found in those unique stakeholders. Design thinking leads you, directs you that way to make sure and consider these stakeholders. Another thing that's unique about design thinking is that there's no one solution. As there's unique stakeholders for each issue, there's also unique solutions. And for instance, let's say you have a system that you're having issues with and you're trying to find solutions for it. Depending on who is involved and who's affected will change your solution. So that's where it's very important to understand who the demographic is that you are catering to, that you're addressing, that you're trying to resolve the issue for, because depending on who they are will depend on what your solution is. So the understanding that there's not one idea, not one innovation, not one solution to solve a problem opens it up, makes it easier for you. Also helps you not try to find that one perfect solution, because maybe that solution is the right one at that time, and later on there's better and bigger ideas and solutions and innovation. And then the other thing, design thinking, is what makes it so appealing, is that it has been created to address those wicked problems, those seemingly unsolvable problems, and there's steps that you can follow that help you look at those issues and break it down and find ways to actually understand and find solutions where solutions haven't been found before. I always talk about creating win-win-win solutions, and that's because you're considering those stakeholders, and it has to work for all of them for it to be the right solution. So this is design thinking. Putting this in module 1, we're ready to move on to module 2, but I think this is a good start. I'm enjoying your comments. I think you guys have a good understanding of it. I just want to make sure that you don't discount design thinking as being some esoteric concept where if you have the luxury, you can take the time to do it, because it is, as some of you have noted, it is a process that will help us in the future address those issues that we haven't been able to address to this point. So I'm enjoying reading your comments. Let's expand the conversation and keep